For anybody tuning in right now, this is a test, hence the title of the video, which is This is a Test. Basically, I'm just doing a little comparison here because it is about time for me to either renew or cancel Restream, and to that end, I would like, to compare it to see how the video quality looks at the current settings. When I started using the plan I have, it indicated that I could only do 720p, but it seemed that sometimes I could do 1080p, and it's probably just because maybe if I do it through the web browser or something. But right now I want to just do a legit test and see what different modes of operation, different settings provide me with. So audio seems about as good as I would expect it to be. I'm looking at my top monitor, and on my uppermost screen it says I could do 1080p at 60 frames. So this is what bothers me, is like Restream is selling a plan that is capable of 1080p at 60, but it appears that I'm already doing that. So I'm trying to figure out, like, will it look better? Or am I doing something wrong? Is it not really delivering that quality? Which is okay. I just want to know, how this works. So yeah, that's what I'm exploring right now. And so we're going to swap my background to the cleaner one. See if I could see any aberrations or anything odd about the quality. And I think it's going to typically be when you have more fast motion, when you have things moving around. And I got the chat on a different screen right now. I'll try to check on it if anybody tunes in. But right now I'm really just focused on the quality analysis. And so in the next test, we are going to pop into Restream Studio. And that one I have a feeling will almost certainly limit my resolution to 720p. But in Restream Studio, that's the one where if I open up a game or something graphical, that's the one where it like visually freaks out, like, in terms of the performance and the encoding or whatever, like you get like a lot of macro blocking and blurriness. And right now I'm using a VNC client, which is slower. In fact, I really should use RDP on this computer, but it does a better job at times than Splashtop. I mean, it's weird. Splashtop is faster, but basically doing this should show me compression artifacts and blurring. So that's why I'm doing this. I have it on both my screens so I can kind of like get an idea of how the encoder catches up or doesn't catch up. I mean, hell, I might even have to open up a game. Right now we were just imaging the moon, but at this point I think we're gonna just did I tell it to take pictures yet? Actually, I do have to make sure it's taking a clear picture of the moon before I do anything else. So hang with me 1 second. See, this is one of those things where you overshoot the mark and now it's blurry. So we're gonna go step back 100 steps on the motorized focuser. And we do have Lady Mist here. How you doing, Lady Mist? And we do have David Glenn. Yeah, so I'm just doing little signs here, not the normal signs. This is like, because I'm looking at this here, the Restream pricing, and I think I'm already on the standard plan. Yeah, like they're pushing the renewal right now, which is fine. And what happened was, when I got this last Black Friday last year, I selected standard because I was like, oh, I'll upgrade to the premium and professional, and it was like, nope. So I said, you know what, I'll spend a year on this one and see if I like it. And I mean, I haven't utilized 5 multi-streaming channels, right? So that's not important. I haven't had more than 6 people on a show, although maybe this year will be the year when I get into the habit of having more people on. So okay, 10 guests, probably cool. I mean, I'm sure I could finagle something to get more than 10 guests on if I open up StreamYard at the same time and try to just, ew, you can see my messy desk. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, anyway, okay, so so anyway, yeah, what is that? Okay, yeah, whatever. It's a blurry picture. You can see the shit over here. That's funny. That is funny. Okay, anyway, have you ever observed a lunar flashes or sprites? Yes and no. I see a lot of things, and a lot of them I'm pretty quick to adopt the mundane explanation, but I know one of the things that I watched a documentary about transient lunar phenomenon, I think it was called, transient luminous phenomenon or whatever, and it was like these color flashes that would come up on camcorders in the 1990s, and the only issue I have with these TLPs, at least that type of TLP, was that people were using 1990s camcorders, you know, so it's like we don't really know if that's just, you know, how it handles the scan lines and interlacing, you know, and all of that stuff, because that's a big deal on old school camera hardware is progressive scan, interlacing. Sorry, my brain is drifting right now. See, I'm gonna try something else here. Whoops, wrong app. And then there was another one I heard about that was kind of cool, and I think these were called rods. And what people would do is, this was kind of interesting, in the early 2000s, I guess, I saw documentaries that were filmed, you know, I guess, roughly early 2000s, where people would take like 10 DV camcorders and put them on the same tripod, like literally 10 like little camcorders, boom, 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 you know, like just lined up, pointing at the same part of the sky. Then they would use like some image processing technique or overlay the videos or something, and in not all of them, but some of the cameras, you'd get this like little thing that looked like a faint rod flying through the sky. And so the claim was that this special imaging technique could reveal these otherwise hard to find objects, you know, and that it required these 10 cameras, I guess. And it's almost like, it looked like they were doing what I today do when I'm doing the moon right now, lucky imaging, you know. So it's kind of like an interesting thing, but ultimately, once again, I think these are cameras that had scan lines in the video, interlaced footage, and so it's really hard for me to you know, like say either way, you know, to have like, you know, to say that they caught something or not. But this idea of yeah, so we agree that the camcorders are responsible for the whole rod phenomenon. Fair enough. There we go. So we're on the same page there. As for lunar flashes and sprites, flashes, now that's an interesting one, because like I think those do, like when they show up, like in the like, examples I saw, like as like white flashes on the moon lunar surface, right? So yeah, that's pretty interesting, you know. So I don't know if this will actually be a good test here, but I'm just gonna take the YouTube chat here and pop it out over here to the side monitor. I just need something that I can, oh, look at that, out of reflex, I zoom in on Staten Island, that's funny. I just need something that like triggers the video compression to be all like, you know, blocky. I can do that with a game. Although this seems to be doing it. So of course, the blurriness will gradually go away when you stay still, usually. That's like a function of keyframes. In fact, let's check my keyframe setting. Now, I can't change the keyframe setting here while streaming, but we can still investigate it. So right here, I kind of went with the recommended 8K, 8 megs actually, 8000K. We are using a Hevic encoder, which probably isn't a problem. And high latency, low latency, I usually do ultra low latency, but today I'm doing low latency. I'm going a step faster, so to speak, or a step slower, I guess, actually. But where the heck is my keyframe? Okay, so it's on automatic. That could be something that it actually lets me change. All right. I don't know what's going to happen when I do this, but I'm going to hit apply after we go back to my main monitor. So I can kind of see the result of that. Okay, so we're switching to main monitor. Then we're going to move the video around. Okay, now I can see it catching up. And then 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, 4, 5 Mississippi. Apply. Now I've set it manually to 2 keyframes. If that changes anything, I don't know. It still looks pretty much blurry when I compare my 2 monitors. And so it's like I'm already delivering at 720 and 1080. So it's like, is this gonna, okay, well, it looks a little better at 1080 60, but it still doesn't explain why I'm allowed to pick 1080p 60 frames a second. That's the part that bothers me. It's like, it's telling me I can do 1080p at 60, but I'm reading right here that I can't. So I'm absolutely confused. Well, actually, wait, I'm misreading it. But yeah, no, there we go, right there. It says that, standard professional. So I'm absolutely confused right now. Maybe not absolutely confused, but I'm fairly confused here. So I'm gonna do a little Googling here. I'm gonna do what? Restream standard 1080p. Like, unless 1080p. It might be a Restream Studio option. It is possible it's letting me do this. But if I go to Restream Studio, it might be a different story. So if I go to restream.io and I navigate to the studio thingamajig, I can actually start a second stream right now, most likely. Of course, we're gonna be duplicating things here. Okay, so same audio, same video, probably new stream. Test stream via Restream. Okay, so now once again we're gonna do another one. So we're gonna have another stream popping up in a second. Or am I? No, I think it's actually, I think I just renamed this stream actually. Or not. I mean, it says I'm streaming right now. Yeah, no, it's the same stream, so I gotta be careful here. Let me just change that back. Whoops. So I'm gonna end this stream and start a new one in a minute. Okay, so there we go. That's the end of that. And so I thank you guys for hanging out, although not that I put on much of a show here. And I'm just gonna continue some similar testing like this at the conclusion of this stream. So that is my plan, and I am sticking to it. So I'm gonna end this one as soon as I remember how